About the call by the opposition to release political prisoners. It is a redundant call because in Uganda we don't have political prisoners. We don't. I repeat, in Uganda we don't have political prisoners. Now, a political prisoner means, in my understanding, that the state arrests you and imprisons you because of your political beliefs, and not maybe because you are opposed to government. And I'm saying no, nobody has been arrested because he belongs to, or she belongs to FDC or UPC or DP or NUP or any other opposition political party. No. People are arrested on the basis of suspicion for having committed a crime. A crime. Now, if police has information or somebody accuses you that you have committed a crime ABCD, then the police and the state agencies have a duty to arrest you if there is a cause. And it will be on the basis of what suspicion the state has. And the law clearly stipulates for how long you should be held in the police cells, then you should be charged and arraigned before courts of law. But it happens that you might commit an offense, but you belong to a political party. Or you commit an offense, you belong to a particular religion. Or you commit an offense and you belong to a particular tribe. So will I say, because I'm of this tribe, that's why they have arrested me? Say if I got arrested, will I say because I am a Muchiga, they have arrested the Bachiga now? No. It will be the crime I have committed as an individual that will attract police or state agencies to cause the arrest. But they shouldn't link it that because I'm a Christian, or because I am a Mchiga, or because I belong to NRM. Those are different things. So it is not true that the government of Uganda arrests people because they belong to particular political parties. No. If that were the case, then many people would be in cells, because people in Uganda are free to say, I support NUP, I support FDC, I support DP, I support UPC, and they go scot-free because it's not a crime to belong to a political party in Uganda. We held a referendum asking Ugandans whether they still want to subscribe to the movement political system, which was an umbrella political system, or whether we should go multi-party. And the decision was taken that we go multi-party, meaning we allowed Ugandans to freely belong to political parties of their choice. But being a member of a political party is not an immunization against being a criminal. If in the eyes of police or state you commit a crime, whether you are NRM or opposition, then police will do its work. So people should not hide under the cover of political parties or religion or tribes to evade the law. If you break the law, irrespective of your political belonging, then the law will take its course. Because I would ask, are you saying that if you went to the prisons and the police cells, there are no people who subscribe to NRM in those cells? Would that be your view as a journalist, that in Uganda, people who belong to NRM are not arrested? I'm sure your answer is as good as mine, that they get arrested, not because they are NRM, but because there is suspicion that they have committed a crime. Similarly, if you are a member of NUP and you commit a crime, the membership to NUP does not immunize you against state action. If you're a member of FDC, still the same. So there shouldn't be this confusion. I know it is just raised for political propaganda as a tool to just the campaign government. But let them tell us where those political prisoners are. The other day we had the members of parliament, Honorable Sewanyana and who is the other one of Kawempe, Segirinya. Were they arrested because they are members of the opposition or because there was suspicion that they were involved in the crime? Are they the only members of the opposition in the parliament? No, how come the state didn't arrest all the opposition members of parliament? But they were picked because the state had intelligence that the two are associated with particular crimes. And their cases are in the court. They are being prosecuted in the court. But now you can't hide that because I am an opposition MOP, that's why I have been arrested. No. It is because there was suspicion that they were involved in committing crimes. And then through the court process, they would either be absolved or convicted. So it is wrong to hide under our political parties or our faith, religions, or our tribes to evade issues of justice. Just the other day, when we were in Jinja for the NRM Day, you saw the young man who came and was apologizing to the president, to the public, saying he was being used by the opposition to say that he was tortured by security agencies. And yet, his injuries were as a result of an accident, road traffic accident. Well, the doubting members of the public may think he was being stage managed. That's their view. But the young man said, I was being used by opposition to say I was beaten, injured, and tortured by the government. But now I want to apologize and say that it was just survival, but these injuries were occasioned by a road traffic accident. Really, what kind of politics is that? What kind of politics? We should do politics of honesty. This is the point I have been making, that the political parties are formed on the basis of having an ideology that you sell to the public. You say we have come together as people who subscribe to this ideology, and for us we think if we're given a chance to run a government, this is how we would run it. And then another party says, for us, we depart from this party, our ideology is like this. Then the country, the people, the citizens have a menu to choose from. They say from party A to party B to party C, we think this party has a better way of approaching development and progress in this country. And when we go to the vote, now voters choose. But now you just form a party out of anger to promote hatred. I can tell you, for sure, as the day follows the night, Ugandans will continue rejecting you, because Ugandans are not fools. They can be able to distinguish between a party which has a clear program for the people and a party which is just based on falsehoods, deception, hatred, which cannot take Uganda forward. That's what I was saying, like when our friends mounted a campaign of planting the trees or banana trees in the potholes, Ugandans basically ignored them. Because the question is, so you do it, so what? How shall we benefit as Ugandans if you plant banana trees in the potholes? Yes, even if potholes are there and you plant their trees, so what? How is it putting food on my table as a Ugandan? So Ugandans should now continue shunning those deceptive kinds of politics. And we focus on politics which builds the country. So for people to claim that they are political prisoners How come those people who are making the claims haven't been imprisoned themselves? Because they are members of the opposition, elected members who are known. If there was any need to arrest the opposition, would start with those who publicly profess and they are known. But that is not there. My advice to all of us political actors is that we should have a message to give to the population and mobilize people, and then give people a chance to choose the political parties, the leaders they want when the time comes. But this propaganda, just falsehoods, deception, hoodwinking the public, I don't think it will take Uganda anywhere. It won't take Uganda anywhere. So in the answer to your question, there are no political prisoners in Uganda. Whoever has been arrested, it must be on the basis of suspicion of committing a crime. But we also urge police and security agencies that once they arrest somebody, the arrest should be done in a professional manner, and people should be kept in the police cells in the stipulated time as per the Constitution. And then if there is a case against them, they should be taken to court. And then the judicial process takes its due course. We do not condone irregular or illegal arrests of anybody, irrespective of the political persuasion of any Ugandan. Irregular and illegal arrests are illegal as the name sounds. They are not condoned by government. And the manner of arresting should be professional. Nobody should be tortured. Nobody should be beaten. But also, Ugandans, when you are confronted, approached by police, you should cooperate. And then you answer whatever question they want to put to you. There is no point in trying to resist, because police under the law is also authorized to use minimum force to enforce the arrest. But there is no need for that confrontation once police has come to arrest anybody. But nobody should or nobody is arrested because of his or her political party, because political parties are lawful structures, are lawful organs in this country, because we allowed lawfully to go into multi-parties. The abavuganya government, aba opposition, bagamba nti waliwo abannayuganda abali mu makomera be bayita political prisoners. Kitegeeza nti bali mu makomera kubanga bakiririza mu opposition oba tebakirizingana ne gavumenti. N'abagambye nti si kituufu eyo propaganda y'abakwano baffe, kubanga tebalina programu ey'okubuulira bannayuganda, so babeera mu propaganda ey'obulimba. Gavumenti ya NRM tekwata abantu kubanga tebakkiriza mu NRM, kubanga tukimanyi nti twabeerawo n'akalulu aka referendum akabuuza bannayuganda oba baagala kugenda mu bibiina oba kubeera mu nkola eri eya movement system. Ffenna ne tusalamu nti twagala kugenda mu bibiina. Kitegeeza nti ebibiina eby'obufuzi weebiri ate weebiri mu mateeka. Abannayuganda balina obuyinza okubeera mu bibiina bye baagala. So tetwagala ya bulimba ey'okugamba nti gwoba oli wa opposition police ekukwata n'ekuteeka mu komera, kubanga ba opposition bangi bali mu parliament, bali mu district councils, bali mu bukulembeze. Ate si kituufu nti police ebagoba nebakwata. Abantu bebakwata, police ekukwata okusinziira mu information ne intelligence gy'erina nti waliwo omusango gw'okozze, oba omuntu aleese omusango n'agamba nti onu alina musango bwe bati. Eyo ebeera ensonga lwaki police eyingira mu nsonga z'abantu. ate amateeka gagamba nti bakukwata tobeera mu police cells beyond 48 hours bakutwala mu kooti ne bakuwozesa ng'oba olina omusango ogukukwata wate ogulina kooti nekutta. Sobera byogamba nti poliisi ne gavumenti ekwata abantu kusinziira ku bibiina bye bakkiririzaamu ebyo bya bulimba ate eryo tubidismissinga contemptuously. We dismiss those falsehoods with contempt because they are meant to divert Ugandans. Ebyo si bituufu ate namwe mubeera mu Uganda nkimanyi nawe mukimanyi nti ne kati bwogamba nti nzikiriza mu FDC oba NUP si kituufu nti omupoliisi agenda kukwata akutwale mu komera nedda. Ekyo tekiriiwo. Kujja kuwonta abantu bakola emisango naye tebeekweka mu bibiina, tetwagala beekweke mu bibiina, mu ddiini, mu mawanga, ate ng'oba olina omusango ogenda mu kooti n'oyewoozaako omusango gwokoze. So mwebale nnyo, mwebale ddala. Friends of ours in the opposition who thought that they would make political capital out of these meetings by organizing demonstrations that they want to plant banana trees in the potholes. They are like we've been saying, there are times when we should have that sense of patriotism. Because like we kept communicating, these conferences were not necessarily conferences for NRM or arranged on the basis of our political parties. These were events for the country. For once, they should have showed a patriotic stance that there are things which should unite us as a country, but just trying to play cheap politics by going into those issues. I want to thank Ugandans because Ugandans by and large ignored them. They were ignored, and they thought they would disrupt what was going on, and maybe the attention goes to their demonstrations, but they just died in their own film because nobody was bothered about that kind of demonstration, because we all know there is a plan to work on the roads in Kampala and other cities. There is a plan to continue tarmacking roads in this country. Actually, if you bother to read, the World Bank recently wrote a report that ranks Uganda among the top countries with a very good road network. Because from corner to corner, whichever direction you take in this country, there are tarmac roads, very good tarmac roads. Actually, majority of the roads in the countryside are much better than what we see in Kampala. And therefore, for you to start a campaign to say that the roads in Uganda are bad, when reports that are written by the international community are saying otherwise, you just make a fool of yourself. You make a fool of yourself because the roads are there. The ones in Kampala, yes, they could have gone bad parts of Kampala, but there is a plan to repair them, and indeed, implementation has already started. The construction works are ongoing, and we also secured money to the tune of up to 2 trillion shillings to work on the Kampala and the greater metropolitan area to fix the roads. So when you start demonstrating because they are visitors and you think you'll get attention, it's good. Even you, the media, ignored them, and Ugandans ignored them. But as we play our politics, there are times when we should know such an event or such an activity is good for Uganda, regardless of our political affiliations. So we don't have to be politicking all the time, even when it is not necessary. But the conferences went well, and the delegates went with very positive perceptions and appreciation of Uganda. So I wanted to make that first point to appreciate